All right, we're going to talk about 5 qualities of a great leader. So, my athletes, doesn't matter if you're high school, college, you played in the pros, I want to take your mind back to those days. All right, what was a great leader? If you were a great leader or the leader that you played for, this is what I really want to talk about. So, think about those days. Think about the smell of the court, think about the smell of the field, the locker room, that camaraderie. Like, what made a leader great? This is what I believe it is. They always get back up. What does that mean? They get knocked down, they lose, they make a mistake, they get back up. And they don't just get back up, they hop back up. They jump back up and they go back at it. It's part of the game. You can knock me down, but I'm going to get back up. That's what a leader does. And the thing is everybody on the team knows that that leader is going to get back up. You're going to have to kill them. Second one, they were clear and direct. And when I say clear and direct, it's this is what we've got to do, this is what you're doing, and this is why we're doing it. It doesn't matter if that's a play, it doesn't matter if you're calling for a ball, and it doesn't matter even if you're a swimmer and you're yelling for the strokes or whatever swimmers do. I don't really actually know because I never swam. But they're clear and they're direct, and it's not personal. And people love a leader that can be clear on what they want and their expectations and what I need to do, because people can fall in line and then we can work as a team. The best example of this is when a rowing team, you've got somebody in the front, a sole person that is yelling on how they row. Clear and direct. Third, they always show up. This person, this leader that you were or you had in your life, you knew every practice, you knew every game they were going to show up. Yeah, did they bring their highest performance every time? Probably not. Not everybody is on all the time, but they show up. And they show up with intensity, they show up with passion, they show up leading. They don't just fall into the game. They don't let the game take over them. They show up. The next, they understand failure is part of the game. They get upset because they fail, but they're not upset at the failure. Let me say that again. They get upset because they failed, but they're not upset because they were a failure. It is part of the game. It's part of life. When we fail, we know, we learn, and then we succeed from there. If anybody ever is afraid to fail, trust me, they're not leading anybody. And the last one, they celebrate the wins. And why do leaders celebrate wins so much? Is because it's that time, it's that commitment, it's that dedication, it's the thing inside of you that you give everything you have, and you won. And if you don't celebrate that, then all of that work you did was for nothing. Great leaders celebrate with their team, they celebrate with themselves, and they enjoy the moment. But what they do is move on to the next moment and make more moments. So I want you to think about that leader, or I want to think about yourself when you're in that leadership position. Like, are you doing these things today in your business? Like, if you're a business owner and you are a true leader on whatever team it was, are you always getting back up? Are you being clear and direct? Are you always showing up? Are you showing up every single day? They're not going to be the greatest days, but are you showing up for your team? This is the biggest one, I think, here. This was tough for me. Are you accepting failure as a next step to become better? Or are you looking at failure as something that cannot happen in your business? Because if people are afraid to fail in business, they're never going to take that leap to become a leader or to be better, because they want to play it safe. And that's the great thing about sport, is nobody that was ever great and nobody that ever led didn't fail. We all lose. but we learn from that losing. So if you can look at your business and every time something fails or somebody fails, do you look at it as a negative, or do you look at it as a point in time where we can get better? And you look at that person and you teach them failure's part of the game, but you got to learn from it. And the last one, are you celebrating the wins? I think there's a great book, Gap in the Game. And it's all about understanding there's a gap that you can live in where it's never good enough, or there's a gain where you always look and you go, I improved from yesterday or last week or last year. Are you truly celebrating when you have those gains in your business? Or are you always, when you do hit the goal or you do hit the objective, that you're always on to the next? Because you will grind your people to death if you're never celebrating the wins. Because remember, the sweat in the locker room, the sweat on that field is all for that win. And my coach always used to tell me, you got the next 24 hours to enjoy this, and then we're back to work. So make sure you're doing that at work. You're celebrating the wins, and then you get right back to work and you set some bigger goals and you go get those.